Vice President Kamala Harris is back with some more fire, some more truth toward Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans. You know, she is such a great speaker and campaigner, and when she is talking about these issues that really matter to the American people, she's in her element, and she always just completely obliterates Donald Trump. That's why I'm so happy to share with you today 2 clips from a speech that she gave in Tucson, Arizona yesterday. As you know, Arizona's conservative Supreme Court recently allowed their 1864 abortion ban to go into effect, a bill that was signed before Arizona was even a state, and that is now governing the bodies of women in the state of Arizona. So in response to this, the Biden campaign sent Vice President Harris out there to talk about it, and man, was she on fire during this speech. I'm so excited to show you these clips. I have 2 of them talking about 2 different things, and in both of them, she just goes after Donald Trump head first, full speed ahead. So the first clip I'm going to show you is Vice President Harris talking about Donald Trump bragging about taking reproductive rights away from women. But before I show you that clip, make sure to subscribe down below. It goes such a long way. And here is Vice President Harris.
In fact, he brags about it. Just this week, he said that he is, quote, proudly the person responsible for overturning Roe. Proudly responsible for the pain and suffering of millions of women and families. Proudly responsible that he took your freedoms. And just minutes ago, standing beside Speaker Johnson, Donald Trump just said the collection of state bans is, quote, working the way it is supposed to. And as much harm as he has already caused, a second Trump term would be even worse. Donald Trump's friends in the United States Congress are trying to pass a national ban. And understand, a national ban would outlaw abortion in every state, even states like New York and California.
Yeah, that was fantastic. You can kind of like hear the passion, hear the anger behind what she's saying here, because it is so incredibly frustrating, I would describe it as, to see Donald Trump going around the country bragging about taking reproductive rights away from women. It's very angering, right? This guy has no care for anybody else but himself, and he just loves to take credit for it. He loves to rub it in the faces of women around the country. And while I was listening to Vice President Harris speak, the thought that came to mind is that, you know, Donald Trump is mocking women to their faces. That's what he's doing. He's saying, hey, to all the women across the United States, I took your rights away. You no longer have bodily autonomy in many states around the country because of me, but you should still vote for me anyway. He's mocking them. And add on to that, you know, you might have lost somebody to COVID because I completely mismanaged the pandemic. Maybe your family is completely divided because me and my politics and my conspiracy theories. And maybe your daughter is now a mother in her teens because she couldn't access necessary reproductive care because of me. But hey, you should still vote for me because Joe Biden is so mean to me. That's the entire Trump campaign pitch for 2024. That's what he's running on. He's trying to lie to the American people, say that somehow, magically, women having less rights today than under President Obama is a good thing, and that he deserves 4 more years because of it. Spare me. Spare me the lies. Spare me the garbage. It's just so outrageous. And it really does feel as if Donald Trump is mocking everybody, specifically women, with this campaign that he's running here. And specifically surrounding the issues of reproductive rights. Like, what kind of a madman is asking the people who he took rights away from to give him another 4 years? The narcissism in that statement, how sociopathic you must be to argue that, is mind-blowing. And, you know, his supporters don't see it. But for the rest of us, we're looking at, like, what are you doing? You caused, as I would say, irreparable harm to women across the country, and yet you're back now asking for them to help you when you are bragging to their faces about hurting them. It's so twisted. It really is. It's sinister. It's twisted. The campaign he's running is sinister. And last thing about this clip before we move on to the second one. Did you hear what Vice President Kamala Harris said about Donald Trump's press conference with Mike Johnson yesterday at Mar-a-Lago? Trump said that the state bans are working as they're supposed to, as they're intended to. Really? Okay. So victims of assault having to give birth to that baby, 10-year-old girls getting assaulted, also being forced to give birth to that baby. Is that these bans working as supposed to, Trump? Is that what the campaign is running on? Well, we don't even have to ask the question. That is what they're running on. That's what he says, that these bans that are forcing these women to give birth are working as they're supposed to. It says it all. I don't need to say any more about it. That statement right there says it all about Donald Trump, who he is, and the campaign that he is running for president in 2024. The only way I can describe it is evil. It's just evil. So, fabulous stuff from Vice President Harris. The second clip we're going to look at now is her talking about the fact that, yeah, if Donald Trump wins again, he's going to ban abortion nationwide. There's this whole narrative going around on the right now where they say, oh, Donald Trump's moderate on the issue. He just wants the states to control it. But as Vice President Harris lays out in this clip, obviously, that's not true. So take a look at it.
And now Trump wants us to believe he will not sign a national ban. Enough with the gaslighting. Enough with the gaslighting. We all know if Donald Trump gets the chance, he will sign a national abortion ban. And how do we know? Just look at his record. Just look at the facts. Y'all know I'm a former prosecutor. Just look at the facts. Congress tried to pass a national abortion ban in 2017. And the then president, Trump, endorsed it and promised to sign it if it got on his desk. Well, the great Maya Angelou once said, when someone tells you who they are, believe them the first time. Donald Trump has told us who he is.
Yeah, love that. Loved how she looked directly in the camera and said, stop the gaslighting. I mean, let's be adults here. Let's stop the gaslighting, right? We know what Donald Trump is going to do if he wins a second term, right? Not only is he going to cause chaos in the country, around the world, on virtually every policy issue there is to cause chaos on, he's also going to try to ban abortion nationwide. And we don't have to hypothesize about this. We don't have to wonder if he's going to do it. We already know. Look at his record. Look at what he said previously. We know what Donald Trump wants to do. He's made it abundantly clear to us what he wants to do on this topic. He endorsed abortion bans while president, as she talked about. He endorsed them as a candidate in 2016 and 2020. And now, during this campaign, he's also privately floated the idea, and also publicly floated the idea, of a 15-week ban or a 16-week ban, further restricting the rights of women, not only in red states, but in blue states. Every state around the country, no matter who your governor is, no matter what your legislator is, who it's controlled by, every state. That's what Donald Trump wants, and that's what he endorsed as president. So let me just get this straight. Are Republicans and Donald Trump really trying to say that regardless of literally everything they've done before this point, regardless of everything they've said and all the policy they've endorsed or proposed, regardless of all of that, now, suddenly, because it's an election year, they're moderate on the issue of abortion? They flip like that and want us to believe it? Give me a break. They're in the process, as Kamala Harris said, of gaslighting the American people to win some votes. I mean, just stop it. Just stop it. Be honest about who you are. Just be honest about their policy, because if they win, this is what they're going to do. But they're lying about it. And I really don't know why, MAGA is trying to convince everybody that Donald Trump is suddenly telling the truth. When has Donald Trump ever told the truth about anything? He doesn't even tell the truth about his height. You're right. He doesn't even tell the truth about that, or about his cognitive exams. Doesn't tell the truth about that. Very simple things. So now they want us to believe that Donald Trump is telling the truth about one of the most important issues facing the country. God, how out of it do they think the American people are? How unintelligent do they think the American people are? Do they think they can just put on a nice mask and everybody's going to dance along with them? Please. Come on. Last thing I want to say on this clip, because I think, Vice President Harris put it perfectly. You don't need me to ramble about it. But if we just think about this logically, and we look at Donald Trump's past and even as president, when he said that women should be punished, that's right, when he was running for president in 2016, punished for getting an abortion. When he brags about overturning Roe v. Wade, which protected this right for every woman in the country, no matter where you live. When he has endorsed the idea of a national abortion ban, right? All of this, when you factor all of this in, we come to the logical conclusion that Donald Trump would further take reproductive rights away from women. That's where it is. That's the truth. And any Republican trying to tell you otherwise is going to just try to win your vote and trying to gaslight you into voting for them. And then if Trump wins, hopefully not, but if he wins, they're going to go, ha, 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 and then they're going to go ban abortion nationwide, right? They're going to continue the mocking that I talked about earlier in this video, except now it's going to be done, finito, over. So yeah, just had to share those clips of Vice President Harris just taking the Republicans to task. I think it was so fantastic. I hope you enjoyed. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe down below. It goes such a long way. Click the like button, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about these clips. Share the video with anybody you think needs to see it. And I hope you have an amazing day, and I appreciate you so much.